Colin Kaepernick was born on November 3, 1987, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Colin's birth father had left shortly after his birth mother became pregnant with Colin. Colin's birth mother, 19-year-old Heidi, didn't know how she would be able to take care of a new baby. So Heidi placed Colin up for adoption when he was 5 weeks old. A few towns over, in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, a couple were looking to adopt a baby. Rick and Teresa Kaepernick already had a son and a daughter, but their last 2 sons had died shortly after birth. After grieving, Rick and Teresa decided to adopt their next baby. When they met Colin, the couple fell in love and brought him home to live with them. Teresa called Colin her perfect child. But everything wasn't perfect. Rick, Teresa, and their birth children were all white. Colin was biracial. His birth mother was white, and his birth father was black. Having a different skin color than other family members can be difficult for kids who are a different race than their adoptive family. But Colin's parents discussed his adoption with him early on. They frequently reminded their young son that his darker skin color reflected both his African American and white heritage, all the parts of his background that made him Colin. Rick and Teresa never treated Colin like he was white. They acknowledged his mixed-race background and made sure they listened to his requests for things that honored his black heritage. When Colin was 4 years old, the Kaepernick family moved to Turlock, California. In Fond du Lac, almost everyone had been white. Although more races were represented in Turlock, most of the people were still white. It was in this new town that Colin and his family began experiencing racism, or mistreatment based on a person's race or ethnic group, from their neighbors and strangers. When playmates saw Colin's brown skin compared to his parents' white skin, they would ask, "Who's your real mother?" Children and adults sometimes stared as Colin walked alongside his family. After Colin showed an interest and natural talent in sports, Teresa and Rick Kaepernick signed him up for football when he was 8 years old. Colin played as a defensive end and punter. At 9, his skills earned him the quarterback position on his youth league team. During football's off-season, Colin also played Little League Baseball. He played baseball just as well as he played football. So well that white parents often grumbled from the stands, making racist comments about the black kid striking out their sons. When Colin's mother heard their racist remarks, she made sure to call them out on their hate speech. Although Colin was a great baseball player, football was his first love. When he was in 4th grade at Dutcher Elementary School, he even wrote a letter predicting he would someday play for one of his dream teams, the San Francisco 49ers.